Welcome to another IoT intro video. I'm your host Ulno, and today we will talk about MQTT, how to use MQTT in a very bare bone way. So we have a very simple setup here. You have the Raspberry Pi gateway. It's configured to the IoTempower My Own network, and we are just connected to this. So we just need to be connected to the gateway. Everything with MQTT is readily set up on there. So let's show that I'm connected. So as you see, I'm connected to the IoTempower My Own network, and we get the normal IP address here set up, the 192.168.12.1. And the nice thing is, if you use the IoTempower Raspberry Pi image, is that this MQTT broker, the server for MQTT, is also running on it. So in your network, it could be that it is running on a different computer, so you have to figure out the name or the IP address of this other computer. So if you see, if I ping here the IoT gateway, it's actually the address 192.168.12.1. So you might have a different name in the setup. But basically, for the test I do now, we want to use the IP address of, or the name of the computer that runs the IoT gateway, and especially the MQTT broker. In our case, this is Mosquitto. So if you look here, if we go to our IoT gateway, and I can check the processes that are running, and you see that there is Mosquitto running with the IoTempower configuration. So Mosquitto is running on this computer. And so how do I talk to Mosquitto? Usually when you install Mosquitto on a Linux environment or WSL or in Homebrew on the Mac, you will have two packages. One is the Mosquitto server and one are the Mosquitto utilities. So, and if you type in Mosquitto and press tab a couple of times, you will see everything that is installed has to do with Mosquitto. So I have the server, and here also Mosquitto pub and Mosquitto sub. So, and you know, Mosquitto MQTT is for communication and sending messages like temperature or other data around. We need both the subscriber and the publisher. The publisher is the one that sends data to a channel, and the subscriber is the one that listens on a channel. So let's look at the subscriber first. So in Linux or Unix environments, you often get some information if you type in help, but of course you can also use Google to see how to use that. And so we check up here that we actually need to use at least this -t topic here to do communication. So we definitely have to give the topic, and then we want to also specify the host somewhere. So you see that is here with -h, and we want to send a message. And sometimes you need username and password too, or change the port, but everything is default here in our case. So we'll just use the defaults for that. And so we're not sending a message because we are receiving a message. So we just need the topic and the host here. So we do a Mosquitto sub. So now you ask, how do I know the topic? I just make it. So well, let's call it sandbox. And you can have subtopics. So let's say sandbox test. So now we listen for everything sent into test sandbox. And the host, as we said, was the IoT gateway, or 192.168.12.1. So we can use both here. So it's now just waiting for something to be sent. So now we have to look at Mosquitto pub. And you see the manual is nearly the same, just we have also here the host, we have the topic, and we can send a message here. So let's do that. If we do a Mosquitto pub for publish, we give a topic. So we also use the same topic, sandbox test. And we do here the same host. And as show you that I can use IoT gateway here instead and to get the same thing. And then we need to do message, and we do here a hello world. And now you see we send from this one window hello world to the other window through our IoT gateway. So that is not very impressive, but we can actually now say we take this here and copy it over here. And then here we also use IoT gateway or the IP address. So you have now two subscribers actually here, and you see if I send the same message again, let's do a hello world 2, then we see actually both of the subscribers get this message. And that is the cool thing about publish subscribe. You can have several subscribers for one specific topic. There's some really cool tricks with MQTT which have to do with wildcards. I will give you a small example with wildcards. So I will now let this guy here listen to sandbox and the pound sign. Actually, I don't know if this counts as a comment. We will see if that works. Yeah. And this basically means that it listens to everything which is under the sandbox. So if I now send a message to the topic hello and send the hello world 3 here, you see this guy who just listens to test doesn't get it, but this guy is actually getting it. And even if I send something to the main topic without any subtopic, we are getting this also here. And so that might be not the real case. In the real case, you might have some room like a kitchen, and in the kitchen there might be a fridge and or fridge 01, and this might have a temperature. And then we don't send hello world there, we send some kind of degrees. So let's assume that it is Celsius. And we say our fridge is pretty cold. Send 5 there. And of course, nobody gets this here at the moment. So we have to definitely say here, listen on everything that goes to the kitchen. And yeah. And now we send the temperature and we get 5. Then you say, but this is actually not very helpful because now we get kind of randomly everything that goes into the kitchen. It would be nice if we see the topic. So let's subscribe again to this kitchen all. Let's send something there. And so the issue is now we can only see one value coming here. So we want to definitely see also the topic. And you can also see the topic if you add the verbose option. And so let's now send something here. And there you see you get the topic plus the value that is sent to the topic. And this way, if I send something else to the kitchen, so we do something like main light, and we say here set and then send on, you would also kind of see that somebody switched on the light in the kitchen. And this way you can very easily realize a publish subscribe pattern, just installing Mosquitto and then using the command line tools to send data around. And this also works pretty well if you use a programming language. Just Google MQTT and your programming language. There should be an example for a client and a subscriber or a publisher. And this example should be easily to be extended. But for testing, simple testing, it's very easy to use the command line to see if your MQTT setup works. And you can also play with the wildcards. Also, look, there's another wildcard. You can use a plus sign that allows you to do something else. But I leave this exploration to yourself. You have now all the tools to do it. With this, I say goodbye, and I'm looking forward to see you the next time here in the IoTempower. See you soon. Stay tuned, and goodbye.